Going head to head with Steph, what was that like?
It's honestly hell.
You know, he just creates so many different matchup problems for your defense, and you always have to be aware of them.
How do you slow him down?
The same way you slow me down. You can't.
What if I told you that a 37-year-old 6'2" guard is still outplaying some of the best athletes in the world, still breaking ankles, still leading his team, and still rewriting the rules of basketball?
Butler bounces to Curry. Oh, ridiculous! A cheat code!
This isn't a story about a comeback. It's about a man who never fell off in the first place. Stephen Curry isn't just surviving in a young man's league, he's dominating it. While most players his age are retired or fading into the background, Curry is still putting up MVP numbers and leaving defenders terrified the moment he crosses half court. Stephen Curry changed basketball forever.
The babyface assassin, he's been a joy to watch for me. You know, people always say, well, how come your favorite player is not a big man? This guy's been doing it his whole career, and he's a joy to watch. And that's why he's my favorite player.
As a four-time NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors, he helped build a dynasty fueled by speed, teamwork, and his deadly three-point shot. He's a two-time MVP, and that 2016 award was historic, making him the first player ever to win unanimously. His shooting sprees that season were unreal, leaving both fans and rivals stunned. Known as the greatest shooter in history, Curry shattered every three-point record and forced defenses to evolve just to keep up. His limitless range turned risky shots into game winners.
Here comes Curry, hit a three, but that's it. Diving for it, Monk. Curry thought about three, he'll put up a three. There it is! Number 4,000!
On top of that, he's dominated internationally too, earning FIBA World Cup and Olympic gold with Team USA. Proof that his impact goes way beyond the NBA. Through the years, Stephen Curry has stacked up all-star appearances and all-NBA honors, proving he's stayed elite for more than a decade.
You know, what Steph does is something unbelievable, like I said after the game, I just think every shot is going to go in when he shot it. So it's unbelievable the way he plays the game, and it's enjoyable to watch, even if you're on the opposite team.
His mix of sharp shooting, quick vision, and natural charisma made him more than a champion. He became the face of modern basketball. Curry's legacy runs deeper than trophies. He completely changed how the game is played, pushing young players to dream bigger and shoot from deeper. His journey isn't just about numbers, it's about rewriting what's possible on the court. Now, in the 2025-26 season, he's still showing why he's one of a kind. Curry's averaging around 28 points, with solid assists and rebounds, hitting close to 39% from deep. Even if that's a bit lower than his peak, it's incredible considering the insane pressure he faces every night. Nearly 20 years in, his shot still looks smooth, his release lightning fast.
Green ahead, Curry, same spot, bottom.
He's leading Golden State with calm confidence, stepping up when the game's on the line, just like he's done his whole career. Recently, Stephen Curry hit a minor bump. He picked up a right thigh bruise that'll keep him out for about a week. It's nothing major, but the Warriors will have to tweak their rhythm a bit while he rests. Once he's back, though, everyone expects the same fireworks, deep threes, cold confidence, and that unstoppable rhythm that's made him a legend. Last season, Curry showed once again why he's built for longevity. Across 70 games, he averaged around 24 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds, still running the Warriors' offense with total control. From long range, he stayed deadly, draining over 300 threes at nearly 40% accuracy. Even with defenders glued to him, he kept finding ways to torch the scoreboard. He was automatic from the free throw line too, hitting over 93%, pure precision. The 2025 season also marked his 11th All-Star nod, another stamp on his incredible legacy. Nearly 20 years in, Curry remains the gold standard for consistency and skill, and still rewriting what greatness looks like in the NBA. Stephen Curry still holds one of the strongest reputations in the NBA. His shooting is pure art. From deep threes to free throws, his accuracy barely wavers. What makes him special is that his success doesn't depend on explosive athleticism. Instead, it's built on flawless timing.
I see a calmness about him. I see a calmness about him, and I think it's something that a lot of players don't understand. I think the fans, it's very hard for the fans to really understand what I'm saying, because most players don't get it. But there's a serious calmness about him, which is extremely deadly, right? Because he's not up, he's not down, he's not contemplating what just happened before or worrying about what's to come next. He's just there.
Precision, and one of the sharpest basketball minds the game has ever seen. Across decades, Curry has delivered the same excellence season after season. Very few players in league history have managed to keep that level of dominance for so long, and that consistency defines his greatness more than any single hot streak ever could. Over time, he's smartly adjusted his style too. He's creating more plays for teammates, using his patience to read defenses, and taking smarter, more efficient shots. That veteran approach shows how strategy and basketball intelligence can stretch a career far beyond what raw physical talent allows. Even at 37, Curry's still elite. His conditioning, focus, and fundamentals keep him competitive against younger stars who grew up idolizing him.
And Steph has had, in my opinion, the best season all year.
His three-point accuracy has naturally dipped a bit from his 2022 to 2023 peak of 42.7%, now holding steady around 39 to 40%. But staying that accurate while attempting so many threes, that's legendary, and proof that Curry remains one of the most efficient and feared shooters in basketball history. Stephen Curry's efficiency just keeps getting sharper. His field goal percentage jumped from 44.8% in 2024 to 2025 to about 47.8% early in the 2025 to 2026 season. Proof that he's refining his shot selection and becoming even more balanced on offense. Many observers note that he's mixing in more mid-range looks and smart drives to the rim while cutting back slightly on the deep threes, showing a veteran's understanding of when and where to strike. Even with a slight dip from his 2022 to 2023 three-point high, Curry's still hitting around 39 to 40% from beyond the arc at age 37.
Stephen Curry has taken shooting in the art form of it and moving without the ball to a different level.
And that's insane considering how many shots he takes. Few players in history have maintained that kind of accuracy for this long. His rising overall percentage shows how much he's evolved. Instead of relying only on those trademark long bombs, he's blending efficiency with rhythm, keeping defenses guessing every possession. While 2024 to 25 might not have been his flashiest statistical year, it highlighted something even more valuable: control, patience, and wisdom. Curry isn't just a scorer anymore. He's a complete leader. He sets up teammates, reads defenses like a chess master, and brings calm confidence every time he steps on the court.
Into the front court. Wow. Deep.
His shot is still pure magic, but his leadership and consistency now define his greatness. Stephen Curry's lasting success isn't just about raw talent, it's built on adaptability, discipline, and a deep understanding of how to grow with the game. His ability to shift his play style while keeping elite numbers proves why he's still a force in a league that's always evolving. This stage of his career shows a true veteran transformation. Even as his athletic edge naturally changes with age, his basketball IQ, timing, and technical skill keep him one step ahead. Curry's not just keeping up, he's mastering the art of staying dominant, proving that experience and intelligence can outshine youth and speed any day.
He's tough.
Bro, you were on the floor with greatness.
At this age, almost every point guard in NBA history was done, retired, injured, or barely hanging on as a shadow of who they used to be. But number 30? He's still out here at 37, landing haymakers on the best athletes in the world. A veteran in a league full of young stars, a small guard in a game built for giants. Steph Curry continues to defy every law of basketball logic. None of this should be happening. If Victor Wembanyama looks like he was sent from another planet, then what does that make Steph Curry? Something beyond explanation. Younger players are so terrified of a 37-year-old Curry that they start guarding him at the half-court logo. Not even the top point guards in today's NBA draw that kind of panic. This treatment is reserved for Steph alone. The moment he steps across midcourt, defenses go into full emergency mode. Guys pointing, shouting, switching assignments, begging for help. They know if you give him even 1 second of daylight, it's over.
Like, you think he messed it up in a good way?
Yeah, like he definitely is. I think he hurt the youth because the youth just loves threes. And that's all they think about doing is shooting threes.
The fear of this 37-year-old is real. Even when he doesn't have the ball, defenders stick to him like their lives depend on it. They keep a hand on him constantly, afraid to lose him for even a moment. He'll laugh, tell them to quit grabbing him, but they won't let go. They know what's coming if they do. Picture this. The first quarter, 6 minutes still on the clock, and defenders are already picking him up at half court. The game just started and teams are already panicking like it's crunch time. A full decade after his unanimous MVP season, defenses still have no choice but to guard him like he's in his prime. And honestly, you can't blame them. He's still splashing logo threes, still pulling off trick shots, still running through defenders like a blur. Even at 37, he's a walking nightmare for every team in the league. What he's doing at this age isn't just impressive, it's unreal. In case you were wondering, Steph is the 9th oldest player in the entire NBA right now.
I have him second all time behind Magic. And Steph is right behind Magic. I can't put anybody else ahead of Steph but Magic.
And when you line him up against other all-time great point guards, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton, Steve Nash, none of them were doing this at his age. By the time they reached 37 or 38, most were retired or barely hanging on, their bodies worn down, their production fading fast. But then there's Steph. By the eye test, he hasn't lost a step. The same smooth handles, the same quick release, the same calm swagger. It's all still there. Every night, he's pulling off magic that shouldn't be possible for someone nearly 2 decades into his career. And when you look at the numbers, it gets even crazier. Statistically, he's right up there with his 2015 MVP season, still dropping big numbers, still hitting at elite efficiency. It's wild that he's competing with the best versions of his younger self at 37 years old. On top of that, he's now chasing history against the greatest of all time. Recently, Curry tied Michael Jordan for the most 40-point games by players aged 30 or older.
Steph's done everything you can imaginably think of in terms of basketball.
That alone tells you everything. He's not just hanging around, he's rewriting records that once seemed untouchable. And at the pace he's going, it's only a matter of time before he passes MJ and sets a new mark. Proving once again that Steph Curry doesn't just beat the odds, he redefines them. But the real question is, how is Stephen Curry still doing this? How is a man who's nearly 38 performing at a level most elite athletes couldn't even reach in their prime? That question got me curious, so I dug deep, breaking down interviews, film, and training insights to uncover how he's managed to stay this sharp for this long. The first secret, his biomechanics. Steph doesn't move like a typical 38-year-old basketball player, not even close. In fact, he doesn't even move like the superstars from his own era. Take Kyrie Irving and Damian Lillard, for example. Kyrie's a wizard with the ball, but his game depends on violent changes of direction, sudden stops, and torque-heavy footwork that puts massive stress on his knees and ankles. Dame plays with power, explosive first steps, deep drives, hard landings, a style built on raw force and athleticism. It's beautiful to watch, but brutal on the body.
I love Steph, man. I mean, the guy has completely revolutionized the game.
Over time, that kind of strain piles up, wearing down joints and cutting careers short. Steph's movement, on the other hand, is completely different. His entire game is built on clean, efficient motion. Every cut is smooth, every shift and pace is controlled, every landing is calculated. Well, almost every landing. His hips, ankles, and core stay perfectly aligned, meaning his body absorbs minimal stress. Instead of fighting through the game like most players, his mechanics let him glide through it. He conserves energy, avoids unnecessary wear and tear, and keeps his body in an elite state season after season. That's why while other superstar guards start to slow down in their early 30s, Curry is still moving like it's 2015. His biomechanics don't just make his shot beautiful, they protect him.
He's the modern MJ, you know. I used to see this playing with the Bulls. You know, half the crowd's got, you know, red 23 jerseys on, and, you know, now half the crowd's got blue and yellow 30 jerseys.
His body works like a perfectly tuned machine, designed for longevity. It's not just talent, it's science. The second secret is his professionalism. This is the part most fans don't see, the part behind the curtain. Steph shows up every single day like a rookie trying to earn a spot on the team. No shortcuts, no excuses. He trains with purpose, always searching for small ways to improve. His longtime trainer Brandon Payne has said that nothing in Steph's workouts is random. Every drill has a purpose, every movement is scored, and every session is competitive. There's no wasted motion, no lazy reps. That relentless discipline is what keeps him sharper than players 10 years younger. Off the court, his habits are just as elite. He eats clean, sleeps right, and recovers the smart way. He treats recovery like part of the game. Stretching, therapy, balance work, all of it built into his routine. That attention to detail keeps him a step ahead of nearly everyone in the league. And when you look around the NBA, you realize how rare that is. Take Zion Williamson, one of the most naturally gifted athletes ever. His talent is unreal, but inconsistent conditioning and habits have already slowed his progress. Or Ben Simmons, once considered an all-NBA level player, whose lack of consistent preparation cost him what could have been a dominant career. Curry's the complete opposite. He's the standard of professionalism. Every detail matters, every rep counts, every day is a chance to get better. That's why he's still thriving when others his age are slowing down. His biomechanics keep him efficient. His professionalism keeps him focused. And together, they've built something almost unheard of in basketball. a 38-year-old guard who still moves like he's in his prime, still shoots like the best in the world, and still plays with the same fire he had when he first entered the league. These players remind us how rare Steph Curry's discipline really is, day after day, year after year. He never shows up out of shape, never coasts through the offseason, and never waits for the season to start before locking in. He treats every year like he's still fighting for a roster spot. That mindset, pure professionalism, is a huge reason why he's still unstoppable this deep into his career. The next key to his success is his mind. Most players hit their mid-30s and start slowing down. Their first step weakens, their explosiveness fades, and it becomes harder to create space or take contact. But Steph never relied on athleticism to begin with. His foundation has always been skill, timing, IQ, and movement, traits that actually get better with age. He's mastered the art of reading defenses before they react. He knows how to use screens, slip into open space, and control the tempo of the game. Even now, he's still refining the smallest details. When to attack, when to move off ball, and when to slow the pace to bend defenses his way. While most players his age are adjusting to what they can't do anymore, Steph's still playing the game entirely on his own terms. That's why, even at nearly 38, he can still take over a playoff series by himself. And it's not just fans who are impressed. Even his teammates and coaches are still amazed. They see the same thing everyone else does, a player who keeps evolving. A 37-year-old guard still mastering the game, proving that intelligence, discipline, and focus can keep you at the top long after others fade. Even the people around Steph Curry every day can't believe what they're seeing. The Warriors owner admitted recently, "I'll be honest, I didn't expect this." If you'd asked me 5 or 10 years ago if these guys would still be playing at this level, I never would have guessed it. You can hear the shock in his voice. Younger teammates are just as amazed. Gui Santos said a 37-year-old Steph is still outworking players in their 20s. First in the gym, last to leave, setting the tone daily. Buddy Hield, a veteran himself, talks about trying to be a sponge around Steph, soaking up everything he can because, as he puts it, Steph does everything the right way. What he's doing is almost unbelievable. A 6'2" guard who came into the league with weak ankles and doubts about his durability is now putting up MVP-level numbers at 37. No one predicted this. Most players who stay elite this long have natural advantages, height, power, or raw athleticism. They can lean on their size or strength when their skills fade. Steph never had those luxuries. He built his entire game through precision, discipline, and near-obsessive preparation. Year after year, he refined his mechanics, conditioning, and habits to the point where aging barely affects him. He's so efficient that he still controls games like he's in his prime. At 37, Curry is still bending defenses, still drawing double teams, still dictating the pace of play. What he's doing isn't normal or expected, but that's what makes it special. Steph Curry isn't just surviving, he's rewriting what longevity and greatness look like in basketball. And that's the crazy part. Stephen Curry isn't supposed to be doing this. Guards his size aren't supposed to last this long, let alone stay this dominant. But through discipline, precision, and pure love for the game, he's doing what no one else has, aging like a legend without ever slowing down. At 37, he's not just extending his career, he's redefining what greatness looks like in basketball. Every time he steps on the floor, he's proving that mastery outlasts athleticism and that true skill never gets old. So whether you love him or love to hate him, one thing's undeniable. We're witnessing history one deep three at a time. What about you? Do you think Steph Curry can keep playing at this level for a few more years, or is this the peak of his incredible run? I'd love to know your take on it, so drop your thoughts down in the comments. I really want to hear your opinion. It means a lot, and I'm always thankful for those of you who take the time to watch and share what you think. Thanks so much for watching this one. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ball Stories. It helps more than you know. See you in the next one. Peace.